Oh.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up.
In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake Up, Wake Up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey. Oh. Hey. Wake up, no, really. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up.
Sorry, I was doing something else and not sharing.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, November 12th. Thank you for joining us for today's show. We've got a wonderful show coming up for you. We got to talk with Lady Dai, the WOMR legend herself, who's going to be celebrating 22 years of Legs Up and Dancing this July. Can you imagine having a show and doing it every Friday and not missing one for 22 years?
I cannot.
I'm going to ask you 20 years from now, after we've been doing this for 22 years.
Jesus.
No, that's incredible, though.
No, that's amazing.
Like, she's had the same time slot, Friday 5 to 7. She's listened to around the world. I can't wait for you guys to see this interview with her. Who else is on the show today,
We
Harry?
also have Brittany Rolfes coming in to chat with us and also do a little performance.
She sang at Trivia on Monday, right?
Yeah, it was pretty phenomenal. She sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I think she's doing another classic today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be killer.
Beautiful voice, beautiful person.
Yeah.
So how was your week?
It was great. It was like, it felt like a very like typical, actually, it felt really good because it's off season now. Things are starting to slow down, but after last winter and even a little bit the winter before because of the pandemic, it feels like I was like getting ready for it too. I'm like, oh, here comes there being nothing to do and
Right.
blah, blah, blah. But like there are once again things to do in the winter because things are open that weren't open last year.
Exactly.
Last year's winter was like sitting in the living room, chilling, watching TV, playing video games. And this winter, like we can go to Little Bar, we can go to Water's Edge Cinema. Mm-hmm. There's restaurants, there's little get-togethers, you can hang out at a bar with your friends. And I'm very happy at that fact. You know what I mean?
Yes.
After last winter, it was tough, and I'm happy to have it all back.
It feels like there's infinitely more to do now.
Yeah.
With like one or two things. It's like there's so much to do now compared to last year.
In the past week or two, so many of my friends have moved into their winter rentals because there's a little thing in Provincetown with the locals called the P-Town Shuffle, which most people dread moving once a year. Welcome to P-Town, you're moving twice a year. Because so many people have summer rentals and then winter rentals, you have to move generally November 1st and then again on May 1st. I helped a few friends move these past couple weeks, but I also got to experience the fun side of everyone moving, which is last Friday night I went to a little housewarming party. It was Andrew Haigh and John Richardson's new house, which was
You guys are living
cute.
together?
Yeah.
Where? You don't have to disclose the location.
In Weeshaw.
Weeshaw, west of Champaigner?
Exactly.
Swear to God.
I love that.
Me too.
Dumb.
But it's really cute. Their apartment was so cute, and they also have a little studio to share. I don't know if you know Andrew Haigh or John Richardson, but John Richardson is a performer, and Andrew Haigh is an audio engineer,
A DJ.
producer, DJ, killing
Audiophile.
it. You can check him out at the Rainbow Connection parties here at the brewery, and also a bunch of other events. But follow him on Instagram. Tons of fun. You can see bits of his mixes and stuff. It's super cute.
So wait, there's a studio in the apartment as well?
Yeah, the basement is like a little studio space, which I know they're going to put to some really great use.
Do you send him down there to rehearse the piano?
Yes. Yes.
You're like, shut up, I don't want to hear it.
He's improved.
Have you ever lived
He's
with
improved.
You've lived with a musician before where they're like playing music all the time?
No.
You haven't? You've never?
No.
Oh my God. I spent a couple summers living with a piano player, and when they're learning a new song, it's like that song over and over and over again.
As I rehearse songs, I don't rehearse in my apartment. I like go for drives. Like if I have to warm up for a show, I feel weird rehearsing or warming up in my apartment because I'm afraid who can hear me. So I like get in my car and like do like a 20-minute lap.
That's conscientious
And I warm
of you.
up in the car.
You've had your same apartment since you moved here?
Yeah, I'm a very lucky person to have an amazing, affordable, year-round apartment with every amenity that every Provincetown person dreams of. Parking, washer and dryer in unit. That's like That's a rooftop pool in any other place.
pretty
Like,
much.
It's a really incredible amenity.
Do you have a dishwasher?
Yes, his name is Stefan.
I knew you were going to say that. Poor Stefan. Long-suffering Stefan,
No,
as we
so-
refer to him here on the Wake Up set.
Oh my God.
And Samuel, too, while we're at it.
Yeah, Samuel, I did wake up and all my dishes from last night were clean.
And there was an amazing soup.
Yeah,
Like, I went by there
Samuel made a
yesterday.
soup yesterday. Yeah.
I love walking into your apartment and like smelling whatever Samuel's making.
I'm very lucky to have 2
Delicious.
incredible roommates. We'll say 3 incredible roommates.
The puppy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Bravo. He's so cute.
And he doesn't bark when a stranger walks up to the door.
He did that yesterday for the first time.
Really?
He barked at me as I was walking up. What?
John does.
John barks. Yeah. Wait, also I got to hang out with John's dog Teddy at the housewarming, who was so cute. But anyway. Last weekend was also the Food and Wine Festival, which was so much fun. What did you get up to? We're going to show you a little video after we tell you our experiences about the Food and Wine Festival. What did you get up to? You're actually in the video I made.
I am.
Yeah, you and Carmen.
Carmen and I were on ABC Boston the next morning, or like
Yeah.
Monday morning. People were texting me from Boston being like, do I have something on my face? I never know if Mark is actually looking at me and telling me to do something or just moving around back there.
Cute. You
So
look great.
anyhow, no, I went to the grand tasting at Town Hall, tried about 100 wines, and then I went to the, what do you call it? The one at Cafe Heaven, where it was only expensive wines.
Quinn loves an
And
expensive
caviar.
one.
And caviar.
Work.
It was like caviar and expensive wine. And
Nice.
after that, I don't remember.
Right.
No, it was a really fun time.
At the grand tasting, they were very much not encouraging spitting.
There was nowhere to spit, really.
Yeah, there were buckets every once in a while, but I feel like I use them more to like, after I would taste something, if they give me a heavier pour and I didn't want to drink it all, not because it was bad, everything I tasted was truly amazing, but just because I didn't want to get like entirely tanked at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But mostly because my sister and brother-in-law came to town Saturday. They kind of surprised me. They texted me the night before to tell me they were coming to town. So I went to the grand tasting as well. I ran into you while I was there, tasted some really incredible wines. But then me, my siblings, and a few friends went to the Anne Hutchinson tour.
That happened, was that part of the,
No.
Okay.
It was just separate. But I think it was one of her last ones. I think she only had one after that. So it was I had never seen it and I was so
You
happy.
hadn't done it yet?
No.
Jesus.
I know. I was so happy to catch one of the last ones of the season. But I think she might end up doing more. And if you really want to take it with some friends, I feel like if you just messaged her and be like, take me on a tour, she would. It was so much fun. It was so entertaining. She was really great. She does a really great job of balancing history with commentary and humor. I did love, so it was our little crew who Anne mostly knew, and then this group of 4 people from out of town. And whenever she got really into like, because there's a lot of like progressivism as part of the tour, and whenever she like really wanted to like nail something home, she would always like turn directly at them. And she just very much like, she knew we were already kind of on her side with all that stuff.
Right.
So she was like really nailing it home to these other people, but it was a lot of fun. It was really cute. I learned a
Anne.
lot.
Is Anne living here for the year?
I think so.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
After that, I went to the Harbor Lounge,
On Saturday?
which was so busy.
I bet,
Yeah. It was so great. I don't know if people were in town. I'm sure there were people that were in town specifically for the Food and Wine Fest. It was great to see that, and it was great to see that the Food and Wine Festival brought a lot of people into town and kind of made the town very lively and fun on a November weekend. They also had, I'm not sure exactly who was doing it, but there was like kind of like a third party doing oysters.
Oh.
Have you ever done that at Harbor Lounge? But we got some raw oysters that had some really, I wasn't sure what the toppings were, but they came like pre-dressed with a few different things, and they were all really delicious. We also got some grilled oysters, which I love.
I love grilled oysters.
Yeah, it was super cute.
That is fun. No, it's great to see that, like, sort of, aside from providing everybody with a wonderful food and wine experience, the mission was to, like, create another busy weekend in the off season, and it seemed like it really worked.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's really great.
Oh, I know what I did after that expensive wine tasting. It was Bob Lindsay's birthday party at Cafe Heaven.
Oh, cute.
It was cute.
Nice.
It ended up being one of the, this is the thing I've learned about myself this off season, I can't do 3 events in one day. I can't do a wine tasting and then a wine tasting and then a birthday party, or then I like have a cold the next day. That's why I wasn't at trivia on Monday, because I had too much fun on Saturday.
Yeah. Let's play the Food and Wine Festival clip.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a a glimpse into what the Food and Wine Festival was like. It was super cute. So check it out.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Good citizens of Provincetown, visitors, washer shores, foodies, and wine aficionados all. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome each and every one of you to the very first inaugural Provincetown Food and Wine Festival.
No love is mine. It's what I think. Those have been grown. The rose stays back. But when I'm back, please mix me loud. I don't need any beer if it ain't in your hand. I want a big strong baby. If we have a baby.
We are here having a great time at the inaugural Provincetown Food and Wine Festival here in historic Town Hall in Provincetown, Massachusetts. If you didn't get to make it down this weekend, we'll be here the same time, same place next year.
Good morning, Eye Opener.
That was so much fun. The grand tasting was really spectacular. So many incredible wines to taste. I got to see my friend Carol Bosch. It was actually really funny. I was so focused on all the wines as I walked up to tables and not expecting someone I know. And I walked up with my friend who I was tasting all the wines with, and we got to the table and looking at everything and blah blah blah, literally having wine poured. And then I glanced up and I was like, "Oh my God, hi!" And she's like, "I literally was standing here being like, is this fucker gonna ignore me?"
Yep.
But it was so great to see Carol.
I hadn't seen her in so long that she was like, I've been dating this wonderful person for about 9 months. And I was like, what?
Yay.
I haven't seen her in like a year then. How
Yeah,
have I
she
not
would
seen
always
her?
come in and do her orders on Wednesdays at the Red Inn because she's a wine rep. And I'd always get to hang out with her while I was opening. And then I stopped working Wednesday, so I don't get to see her as much
I
as
do
I
work
used to.
Wednesday and she's not there anymore.
Oh, she doesn't do Wednesdays anymore?
No.
Interesting.
I think she, wait, she doesn't do Thursdays? When is she there?
I don't know.
Carol, when are you there? We want to see you, more of you.
But the Food and Wine Festival, Matt just said, is definitely going to happen next year as well, same weekend. So put it on your calendars, book a hotel room, get here. It was so much fun. Yeah.
What? Go ahead. No.
Oh, speaking of the off season, I did a couple very typical things to do for off season.
Yeah? Like what?
Sunday night I got together with some friends for game night, which is something that happens a lot
What
over
did
the
you
winter.
play?
I learned how to play Catan.
I knew you were going to say that. I was going to ask as a joke if that's what you played, but that's what you played, huh?
I learned how to play Catan. I literally watched my friends play because I'm pretty good at picking up games, and they kept trying to teach me, and I was like, yeah, I'll get it. And then do you know how you make some choices at the beginning?
I've never
Catan?
played it, no.
Well, you have to kind of set yourself up for success, and I did not. And then watched my friends play the game with 2 little houses and 4 roads for the entire game. It was really sad.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, but I'll teach you.
Okay.
Or maybe we should have someone else teach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Eric Borg is well versed in Catanese.
Yeah, well, I had Eric Borg and also Sonny
Yeah.
to teach me, and they had conflicting teaching styles, which caused some friction.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun, just hanging out with friends, having some really great food, playing games. It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're gonna try and do a segment where we introduce people to games on the show.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, so instead of Dirty Jobs with Eric Borg, now it's Borg Games.
Oh my God. We'll see.
Why not?
We'll see.
You know what I did on Wednesday? Speaking of things that we can do now that we couldn't do last year, I went to a birthday party at the Orleans Bowling Alley.
I love the Orleans Bowling Alley.
If you haven't been, it is the best barbecue on the entire Outer Cape. The food is so good. I have to admit, it's candle pin, candlestick. It's the type of bowling with thin pins.
No holes in the ball.
Not for me. Yeah, the ball is the size of a grapefruit.
Yeah.
There are no holes in it, and you just kind of like throw it like a baseball.
I don't think you throw it like a baseball.
That's what everyone else was doing.
Not recommended. Is that what everyone else was doing?
A couple of people.
Yikes.
By the third game, that's what I was just like, wah. Nobody scored over 100. You know, in regular bowling, 100's pretty easy to get. This bowling is just much more difficult. The only thing that makes it palatable is the barbecue and the pitchers of beer. Even though, so it was a birthday party, we had this big table with like 4 pitchers. Of course, the second she sets them down, somebody like knocks a whole pitcher of beer onto the carpeted floor. I know. And then like one of the waitresses, it was super busy. You would have thought it was like Saturday in August at this bowling alley.
And it was Wednesday in November?
Also, the next day was a holiday, so there were lots of families with kids there.
That's cute.
But like the waitresses are running around, and we're like, Miss, somebody knocked a pitcher.
Somebody.
And she looks at it and literally goes, and just kept running. And like we've
you've
all
been
been
there.
that waitress,
Yeah.
where it's like I don't even see that. Like whenever I'm working and I hear a glass shatter, I'm like, I didn't hear that.
What?
That didn't happen.
What?
Huh? Who?
Yeah.
So it was actually a really good time. But what was funny about it is
Is that in Orleans? Mm-hmm. Oh.
we're like bowling, and then we see a group of people walk in, and it's a bunch of people from Provincetown.
Cute.
It was like Chuck and Ryan and Jimmy Broussard. And I was like, you guys come here too? And Jimmy was like, I've never set foot in this place.
Cute.
And they had to wait for their lane to open up, and their lane was Eric Jansen from Blackfish. And I was like, it's literally the entire place was like somebody that you knew from further away than actual. I'm sure the people from Orleans were like, who the fuck are all these people?
All these gays.
And we're like, we're really bored in P-Town, and this is very exciting for us. A little off-campus dinner. I was super happy about it.
Speaking of off-campus dinner, me and Joe revived an off-season tradition, which is driving a half an hour just to get Dunkin' Donuts and come back to town.
I saw the picture, and there were like 12 bags on
I
your
don't know.
lap. What did you buy?
At each item we purchased, they put in a separate bag.
Why?
I have no idea.
We'd like a dozen donuts in separate
They
bags,
hand me
please.
12 bags. No, we each got a donut. I got a bagel. We each got hash browns, and Joel got some like wraps. And like each donut was in a separate bag. The bagel was in a bag. The hash brown was in a bag.
That
the
makes
hash brown-
sense.
Did it make sense?
Yeah,
I'm like, I didn't even need the bag, but it made for a really cute picture on my Instagram.
it did.
Yeah.
The rest of my week was, well, I mean, I got my booster shot on Monday while I was battling that cold. I don't recommend doing that, by the way. They actually, when you're filling out the form, it says, do you have a cold or do you feel unwell? And I'm sure if you check yes, then they advise that you not get the booster shot. But
So you lied.
I wanted it so bad that I just checked no. I actually checked yes, and then I was like, they're not gonna let me have it. And I crossed it out and checked no. And I was like, if he sees that I did that and asks me, then I'll be honest. He didn't look. They didn't look at it. So I got my booster shot, and then I couldn't move at all on Tuesday. Like, didn't move.
Well, the whole thing isn't like vaccines like create an immune response.
Yes.
And your immune system was already busy.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my immune system was like, hold my beer. We're gonna lay here for 24 hours and watch Crazy Poor Asians, AKA Squid Game.
Oh my God.
They should have just called it Crazy Poor Asians. That's what the show is. I watched the whole thing. It was really good.
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't started
Well, my
it.
roommates were watching it, so I like kept catching bits and pieces, and I think enough. I didn't see enough that it would spoiled it.
It's incredibly violent. Peter would not. He got through about half of the pilot, and he goes, "This will be something you watch by yourself." As soon as somebody got shot point blank in the head, he was like, "Nah,
Okay.
I'll be in the kitchen."
Yeah.
But I thought it has a lot to say about class warfare and poverty and the value we put on human life when the person doesn't have any money. You know,
Yeah.
it's an important show. I encourage everyone to watch Crazy Poor Asians.
I spent my week watching Big Mouth. The 5th season is out. Do you watch that?
Uh-uh.
Yes, claps all around. It's one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
And I had no idea it was coming back. It literally just popped up as like an ad, and I was so excited because it is one of my favorite shows. If you don't watch it, it's an animated comedy. Who's the guy?
Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll is kind of at the helm of it all. It's basically about a bunch of middle schoolers going through puberty, where like each thing you start to experience at that age is kind of represented by like a monster or like some sort of like fictional, like it starts with hormone monsters, and then there's like the shame wizard, the love bug, and it's really cute. It has and it's great.
Do the kids grow up? Or they're always the same age, like the Simpsons?
They've been the same age for 5 seasons,
Okay.
but they like each season they kind of introduce a new thing. Like the first season it was just hormones, second season it was shame, third season it was like anxiety, and it's really cute. But it's a lot of fun. It's really crass.
Did you watch that?
No.
Britney v. Spears?
I did watch that.
You did?
Yeah.
I just finally got around to seeing it.
What did you think?
I mean, we freed Britney. Like, that whole movement worked out.
She's not quite free
now.
yet.
Almost.
Yeah. The conservatorship is now run by someone else, but the conservatorship is still there. I think soon they're going to potentially remove the conservatorship in total.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
No, it's nice to see that, like, sort of a fan-made movement can actually affect some change in a positive way for the life of somebody that many people love and admire.
Yeah. Another thing I did this week, which is kind of, for me, I do a lot in the off season, and I'm happy to see it back. It is year round, but you can go whenever, but I do it a lot in the off season, which is I went to Water's Edge Cinema.
Did you see The French Dispatch?
No. I saw Spencer.
Spencer? Oh, the Princess Diana movie?
Did you see do you know a lot about the other one?
French Dispatch?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I love Wes Anderson, and
was
just
gonna-
the commercials. I'm like, this looks really beautiful.
Yeah. I just saw I don't know anything about it, but I saw the poster and I'm like, this has got to be Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I saw Spencer and it was great.
Great?
Yeah. When I heard Kristen Stewart was going to be playing Princess Diana, I was like, okay, but she was phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah. It's about a specific weekend of her spending Christmas with the royals and kind of her unraveling towards the end of it all. Not towards the end of her life, but like the end of her being a part of the royal family.
Right.
And it was really beautiful. It was really sad. Yeah. But,
Her life was.
yeah. But it was beautiful. Kristen Stewart did a great job. I've heard a lot of Oscar buzz around her. So yeah. So I read a tweet that someone was like, if you had told me 8 years ago that the 2 people likely to win Best Actress were Lady Gaga and the girl from Twilight, I would not have believed you. But that's looking what it's shaping up to be. Gucci comes out, I think, this Friday, right?
Does it? Like today?
Today.
It is this Friday.
I think. I'm not sure.
Really?
But I'm excited to see that as well.
Yeah. She was so good in, Shallow.
Stars in
That.
Shallow, the movie.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking
In
about.
the Shalalalalalo movie?
That.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In other gay movie stuff happening, last week they announced who was cast in Wicked the Musical. Did you see who got cast? Yeah, I was super excited. Playing Elphaba is going to be Cynthia Erivo, who I have no doubt is going to do an entirely amazing job. She's one of the most incredible singers out there and also a really incredible actress. She proved that in Harriet, and also she was in a Stephen King HBO show called The Outsider.
Oh.
Which was really great. If you like
Oh, Jason Bateman was in that, right?
Yeah, if you like suspenseful horror, you will really, really like it. And she was phenomenal in that. And then cast as Glinda was Ariana Grande, my girl.
Oh, you're going to be like first in line to see that movie. Aren't
Duh. I'm actually excited. I had no hope that I was going to be pleased with who they casted, and I am very pleased. Yeah.
Good.
I think Ariana Grande is also going to do a great job. I think she's an incredible singer. And I don't know if she's the most incredible actress, but I think for that, she'll be able to do that really well.
you? I mean, just based on what she's done on Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
she can act.
Yeah. Do you ever watch her? She's on Jimmy Fallon a lot, and they basically let her take over the whole show because the two of them are so great together, and she is so fun. Like, if you ever watch an episode of Jimmy Fallon with Ariana Grande on it, I have no doubt you will fall in love with Ariana Grande. Yeah.
Challenge for all of you haters out there.
Yeah. I was honestly hoping if you would have put me in charge of casting, I would have done like a nationwide search for like 2 high school girls unknown to kill it. I thought that would have been fun.
You can't get that movie funded.
Come on. They've done it before. That's how, like, basically how Lea Salonga got discovered.
Really?
Yeah, they did a nationwide or a worldwide search for the original Kim in Miss Saigon, and they picked her, and now she's like the most prolific Broadway actress of all time. Take
That's
that,
a
Bernadette
Broadway
Peters.
thing. That's not a movie thing.
I guess you're right. We'll see. They did that with Hairspray.
The movie?
Nikki Blonsky. That's what they did. They like searched nationwide for.
And where is she now?
Dinner.
In like Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just kidding. Love you, Nikki Blonsky.
God.
Can you believe that low tide is today at 11:23 a.m.? For all of you clammers out there, that's perfect timing because there's like a 3-hour break from the inclement weather that's coming our way. We're doing weather and tides now.
The weather looks, as much as it's going to rain a little bit today, I'm just looking at temperatures and it looks like it's going to be really great through the week and also entirely terrifying because it's going to be, highs are mostly in the 60s this week, lows are in the 40s, and I think for November that's unseasonably warm, which is like great but bad.
It's, well, you know, it's not like some harbinger of terrible times to come.
Isn't it though?
I don't know.
I think it might.
Sunset
just be
today
that.
is at 4:23.
How did you handle daylight savings time this past weekend? Did it work out well for you?
It never really bothers me because I always see it coming and it's just like, oh, it's dark at 4, of course it is,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But then I do get tired at like, the other night it was 8 o'clock and I was like, it feels like 11 because it's been dark for so long, but you acclimate. You know?
I was feeling whatever about it until I got up at 6 a.m. this morning and it was light out already. I'm like, why does it have to be light out right now?
You got up at 6?
I always get up at 6
You do?
for this show on Fridays.
And you still don't get here till after 8?
Exactly. Right. But I was just like, why does it have to be light out at 6 a.m. when it could be light out at 5 o'clock? Wouldn't that be better? Whatever. Yeah. There actually are 19 states with legislation that is passed to do away with daylight savings time.
So they've already done away with it?
No, they're waiting for like everyone else to get on board. It's one of those things where states are passing things to try and to move the like the conversation forward on a national level.
I like that. I think
Yeah.
we should do away with it.
And not do away with daylight savings time, but like
Oh.
make daylight savings time all the time.
Huh?
Because daylight savings time is the summer,
Oh.
and we want that to stay. We
Oh,
want
so this is the real time?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
We want daylight savings time to be permanent.
Okay.
Is what we're going for.
Okay.
Yeah. Great.
So low tide on Sunday is at 1:29. That's when I'm going to go clamming, I think. Plus, it's not going to
that's
rain,
perfect.
supposedly.
Yeah.
It is perfect. I mean, today's perfect too, but my clamming partner has to work, so I can't go today.
What's the deal with clamming? Is it only Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or can
It's
you go
Friday
any
and
day?
Sunday, and you have
Friday.
to you have to pick one or the other. You can't go twice in a weekend.
And you're only allowed one bucket?
What? One bucket.
And they have to be bigger than a credit card.
What? No.
They have to be a certain size.
Bigger than a credit card.
Smaller than a credit card, but it's like,
There's a thing. There's
Yeah.
like this, and you can't drop through the little
if you can get it
sizeometer.
through the sizeometer.
The clam sizeometer. I'm pretty sure that's what it's officially called. You should get one attached to your bucket so that the shellfish constable doesn't yell at you. Also, you can get your shellfishing license online at the Provincetown website, like provincetown.org. No, provincetown.gov. Thank you.
Yeah. And get like some big Wellington boots, like because I didn't have those and it made it a lot less fun.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend the boots that go all the way, like pant
Yeah,
boots.
because sometimes you have to like trudge through like a foot of water, and I just made my friends with boots give me piggybacks across them, which was fun. But
You know what happened last night that I actually have a 90-second video of? It was the lighting of the Pilgrim Monument.
no way, I completely forgot until I saw all of it all over social media.
They used to do this Thanksgiving weekend, but then they moved it to when I guess the Pilgrims first landed in Provincetown, which I guess was yesterday
Okay.
or something. But it was fun to see how many people were out there hooting and hollering and whooping it up, waiting for them to light the monument. Jonathan, can we show them that, please?
There's a lot of people here. Everybody wants to see what's happening.
Payment still processing.
Yay! Fun, even though it went right out, Jonathan said. Like it was like 20 minutes later it was dark, but then it was lit again. It'll be lit tonight. Look up and it's lit.
Lit AF.
Yeah. So when I wasn't recovering from my booster shot and when I wasn't watching Crazy Poor Asians and when I wasn't recording the lighting of the monument, I was writing original music for my Friday of Thanksgiving show that's happening at the Post Office Cabaret.
Yay, that's exciting. Tell us about it.
So it's an evening talk show, like a late night show, like Colbert, but less political. You know,
Cute.
Interview. So there's like 3 shows happening that weekend, and I've booked all of those people as guests for the show. You know, I'm going to start with a comedic monologue, like most talk shows do. So, do you have the little flyer for it that we just made? It came out today. Thank you. But it's 9 o'clock on Friday of Thanksgiving weekend at the Post Office Cabaret upstairs there.
I love that.
You're free that night, right?
I don't know, I'm busy. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be there, of
Better
course,
be there.
of
You have to sit
course.
in the front row.
Sure.
So tickets are live, I think, later on today. If you guys are in town that weekend, please come see me and spend some time at the Post Office Cabaret. It's going to be fun.
That's exciting. Congrats.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
I'm working on this for a long time.
What else? Do you want to talk about the Barracks project?
We should. Can you bring us up to speed on
We've
this?
talked a lot about the Barracks project here on Wake Up in Provincetown, and there was some new stuff happening this past week, and a lot of like small town drama. You can read about this all in the Provincetown Independent. That's where I got all this information from, and I feel like we're okay to talk about it on the show and mention names and places because
Totally.
it was all in the newspaper.
Yeah.
But they're asking the judge now to ask the plaintiffs to front the $50,000, which is a new law that went into effect, which is basically trying to dissuade people from making frivolous lawsuits against projects like this with the explicit intent to delay them.
Right.
I'm not necessarily accusing the people that have this lawsuit against them of doing that, but they're
Right.
asking the judge to enforce that rule. And basically the lawyer for the plaintiffs came back and said, they're suing the licensing board and the people and Patrick, and they accuse one of the people on the licensing board of having a vested interest, a vested financial interest in the building of this property because one of them is a restaurant owner and made a comment in an email to the lawyer of the plaintiffs that my business was only able to open this amount this year because of the fact that we don't have employees. Like, this is going to help the whole town. And as much as yes, I understand why you would argue that person does have a vested interest in this project, but he has a vested interest because he lives in this town. We all do.
I think the town has a vested interest in creating more workforce
Every
housing.
single business, every single person who works in a business in town has a vested interest in this being created because it is going to alleviate a lot of problems that every single business in this town has.
You know what I take issue with most about this is that the attorney for the plaintiffs are trying to make it sound like workforce housing is somehow not at all affordable housing, when we know, because we had Patrick on the show, that the Barracks includes about 17 or 18 year-round affordable housing apartments.
Right.
So there is a lot of dorm-style housing that's going to happen there. Seven?
7 or 8. Not
7 or 8? Okay, 7 or 8 year-round apartments, studios, 1 bedrooms, and I think there's 1 2-bedroom apartment. But there is a lot of it's all affordable. So-
They're basically saying it's not affordable because there's the distinction between it being workforce housing.
Sure.
They're being like, it's not affordable housing, but it might not be technically classified as affordable housing, but it is housing that is affordable for people who live and work in town.
I just want to applaud Steve Katsarinas for his response to the person who made the reservation.
Well, explain that.
So one of the plaintiffs made a reservation.
It was the lawyer
the
representing
lawyer, okay.
plaintiffs.
So the lawyer made a reservation at Metze, which is Yokeria at night, which of course Brandon and Steve are the proprietors of. And Steve just said, listen, you're suing the board that my husband is on. I don't think, it's right that we serve you at our restaurant. So your reservation is canceled. Boom, bitch. That's what happens. Sorry.
Right. If you're fighting, I tend to agree personally. It's like your actions are making it harder for businesses to run. You don't get to therefore then enjoy said businesses.
You don't throw dirt in my eye and then come and sit in my restaurant. No. That's just how I feel. You know what though? We've had Steve on the show. We've had Patrick on the show. Maybe we should get one of the NIMBYs on the show and let's just have like a
Maybe
fair.
we should call them NIMBYs if we want them to be on the show.
The secret of NIMBY, remember you guys? We should just maybe have somebody from the other side of this so that we are fair and balanced.
Mm-hmm. One of the other things that they're trying to figure out is because the Barracks is going to be located on Route 6. They're going to have car traffic on Route 6, but one of the other questions that's being posed is if they're going to be allowed to use Province Road.
Which is the road to your house.
Yes.
Right.
I live on, it's one road, but it's called two different things. I live on Ships Way, which you turn on Province Road and then it basically turns into Ships Way. It's where like J&E Produce is, and I think they want to, Patrick wants to use that as like a pedestrian walkway, like have a back entrance, because it would be so much quicker than having to go all the way around onto 6. And I feel like that's already a very dangerous spot, and I wonder if they'll have to put a lot of safety protocols into place with like lighting,
for sure.
sidewalks, things like that, because it's not used often. In fact, driving here this morning, I was driving down the road and there's a business located on Shank-Painter at that intersection of Province and Shank-Painter, and they have a lot of cars there and they act like it's their driveway and there wouldn't possibly be someone coming the other way. I was literally driving and someone just like pulled in front of me because like, why would there ever be a car coming there? It's like, because there's 10 houses in a business.
Right, yeah.
And it's already a little dangerous, and maybe if it makes that area safer, it would be good for the people that live there. But
sounds like a win-win to me.
Yeah.
You're in a butter. How do you feel about it all?
I'm barely in a butter. I think where my home sits, I don't think it will influence my life at all, except for the fact that on that one street there might be more traffic, but like I said, it might be a positive thing.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's happening on Tuesday?
What?
Kristen Becker is starting that off-season viewing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're doing 2 episodes a week every Tuesday, starting this upcoming Tuesday. It's at Red Room? I think it's at Red Room. And there's going to be, presumably, cabbage being thrown at the screen, cast interviews, bingo, like games.
Oh, that's cute.
It's very like Kristen is revering this as the cult classic that it probably, one day will be. She's making it that. So if you're in town on Tuesday, go to the Red Room and watch the first 2 episodes of Off Season, which was shot over the winters of 2011 and 2012. There are 14 total episodes. I wrote episode 4 and 5. So the weeks that those 2 episodes are airing, I will probably be the cast member that is there talking about it.
I love that.
I don't know if I will be there this Tuesday, but it's going to be fun. We love Kristen, and it's, yet another like fun thing to do in November.
Yeah, that's going to be a ton of fun.
Are you going?
Probably. Yeah.
Good.
I have Tuesday off.
Go to the first one and you have every day off, don't you?
No.
When do you work?
I work on Mondays and Fridays.
Okay. Oh, so you do have to work after this here?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is also work, Bob.
Sorry, excuse me.
Should we chat with Lady Dai now?
Yes, if you've ever listened to WOMR, then you're familiar with this voice. Here's a face to the famous name, 10 Minutes with Lady Dai. Take it away, guys. Good morning, Lady Dai. Thank you so much for making some time to come on Wake Up in Provincetown. How are you?
Absolutely wonderful. My pleasure anytime. And although I've left Provincetown to live in, I still go back and forth all the time.
Well, you are a literal pillar of our community, and I know you're going to maybe blush when I say this, but one of the superstars of WOMR.
Absolutely. I love it there. I always have. And, I like it because I get to do what I want to do. I mean, they say, do whatever you want. And that's how Legs Up and Down came about after I did curtain up on Sundays. Then I switched to Fridays when our town clerk, she retired, we had a home and she retired and left. So I started, but I asked the Board of Selectmen, Mary Jo Avalar, as a matter of fact, I told her about it on Friday nights. And I said, but I'd have to leave by 3 o'clock. She said, you work more than 40 hours a week anyway. You just go whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. So I said, but Mary Jo, understand if I do it, as long as I'm here and working, I will be going on Fridays. So there was I never had any problem.
And Legs Up and Dance is going to turn 22 in July.
Well, yes, it is. Legs Up and Dance is going to be in July of this year. And that got started by my sidekick, Doug Johnson, who used to be the town clerk, the secretary to the town manager. Mm-hmm. And we had a contest to go from Sunday to Friday. What were we going to call the program? And I had several ones, but he came, we laugh about it, then we still laugh about it. He came up with Legs Up and Dancing with Lady Dai, because I was known as Diana, and circles around and doing seminars and clinics and all that stuff. So he said, yeah, you're taught dancing, so why not Legs Up and Dance? I said, I can't say that. Are you nuts? I can't say that on the air, sweet Sarah. But anyway, I went on Sunday and I told the people on the air, this is 4 or 5 different things. And I said, and the last one I'm going to mention, but I'm going to do it because of, a friend of mine recommended it. It's called Legs Up and Dancing with Lady Dai. Well, the phone's lit up like no tomorrow. That was the one we ended up with. They say we're listener supported, so people can donate if they want anytime all year long. But this is the fall fundraiser, and I've already done 1 week, and I'm going to do another week. This year, I'm trying to raise $3,000 this week. I'm very blessed with, I don't know how many, but tons and tons of sustaining members. And I don't know if you know what sustaining members are, but that's the person who donate, or persons who donate, and $180 a year. And I started years ago we used to always mention their names, but then I started adding music to the background as I do it, and also edit where they come from. Mm-hmm. So I would say, Robert Carey from Washington, D.C. or whatever it was, But I get people, as I say, all over the world. And as I was saying earlier, from Spain, you name it, England, Canada, all the countries. So anyway, as I was saying, it's the fundraiser. So, and it is so much fun. I see with my program, I play the 40s through the 80s. And one time I left the mic open and I was singing along with it. Now, darling, I don't know one note from the other. You know what I mean? But anyway, I said, oh God, I forgot. And I closed it and I apologized. And people said, oh, no, keep singing, keep singing. And then I just forgot about it and wasn't, and they kept, emailing me or calling me or calling the station. Oh, you got to sing. So I tell them sing, whether I'm in tune or not, I don't know. And I don't care. So I just tell everybody else, you be the same way. Let's have a party every Friday night, just relax and enjoy yourself. And who the hell's listening to you anyway? Nobody, or dance. You can dance by yourself, dance with your partner, dance with a chair, dance with a pillow, wherever you want to sing along and dance along. And I play the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
But can you tell our viewers the website for your wedding services?
And it's called WED, W-E-D, Cape. So wedcape.com. And also, if you go on Facebook at Vernon Diana Porter and you look on pictures and albums, I have hundreds of pictures there.
How many weddings do you figure you've performed?
Oh, I keep track, and over the years, I've done close to 940 weddings from people from all walks of life, all countries that come to Provincetown, the Cape, or wherever, and I do the weddings.
Have you always had a love for public radio?
You know what? When I was, I think, 10 or 11 years old, and we lived in Spring Hill, Nova Scotia, the house my father built. Make a long story short, I went to swim, and we always walked down to the swimming pool 4 hours away. 4 miles away. We come back up, and whatever the friends I was with, we were on a big sawdust pile, from the trees being cut, and we were going to jump off. I said, well, I took my glasses and I tossed them to him, and I lost the lens. I'm telling you, you have hell to pay over, and let me tell you, it was. So anyway, I was grounded by my father for a month. So while I used to open the upstairs window and pretend, with the radio on and there was a DJ and all that stuff. So yes, way back then. But I never knew it would ever come to fruition. I had no idea. It was David Atkinson from the Board of Selectmen. And he suggested it. And I was going by the street, several times. And and then they announced that they were looking for people. And as a matter of fact, I went in, but however, I will mention now, we're always looking for people of all ages, teenagers, you name it. Everybody is there. That's why we're on open community radio for everybody and anybody. When other people are down, the radio station is still going. As I say, it's listener supported, but we only have 3 people on the payroll. So everything else is, and we, as I say, we rely on our listeners, but we have just John Graydon, who's executive, and Maddie, who's I call him the electronic expert. And of course we have Chris, who is our office expert and does everything too. So, and he's just great. And he comes from Dennis every day, I believe it is.
Wow.
So very, and when we have parties or anything like that, it's great to be out. We meet people like you wouldn't believe. It's just wonderful. And that's good to know that we're a service in the community. And we have 72 DJs or more, and they can do whatever they want. Right. Within reason, of course. And that's the way it is. We're there for the community. And I say community, I mean all of Cape Cod and anybody that comes out of the place to Cape Cod, we're always here for you. You can always get us 24/7 at WOMR.org. And you click listen live or go and you can see all the different DJs and things like that. But I also, on my program, I said, don't forget we have, now I got she's going to pop up again when I say Alexa. So here she goes. Hi, darling. That's all right. I don't, sometimes I don't know it either. But anyway. But that's what it's all about, and our sustaining members and our regular members, everybody, I should say, really is what sustains us, because without their support, we wouldn't have it. This is public radio, and no public radio like it in the world. Right. I mean, the DJs, do what they want to do when they want to do it. You know what I mean? And luckily, since I came, as I was mentioning, coming to the Sandwich, we had picked up a lot of people in this area and other sections, in Mashpee and Falmouth, and all of them are listening. I was at the gas station the other day and I stopped, and a big construction guy, handsome son of a bitch. But anyway, he said, I know you. I listen to you all the time. And I said, you mean Lady Dai? He said, yes. Where is she? I said, right here, honey. Not even that happens so many times. So many times. It's just funny. But my voice gives me away all the time. But what can I say?
So you're going to be in town all day tomorrow?
I think by noontime I'll be there.
Where can somebody run into you?
Run into me? Well, that's a different take on things. Just call me and tell me, and I'll meet you wherever you want.
All right. I'd love to see you tomorrow. Well, thank you for everything that you're doing for our community.
Oh, thanks to the community for what they do for us. And always have. That's one thing I do miss, the people. Even when I worked at Town Hall, I always put the people first. And they're absolutely fantastic. They treat me like gold. And I just want them to know I'm not gone anywhere, honey. I'm still alive and kicking. So wake up and dance. Listen to us, then tune in to WOMR Lady Dai Friday night. She's going to be right there.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, sweetheart. Take care. Now, don't forget WOMR.org for if they help out in any way, shape, or form.
Got it. Thank you.
Love you guys. Be good. If not, be careful. Same to you, honey. Bye-bye now.
Bye. I do have to say another couple of things about Lady Dai because I had to cut it from the interview, but I love that she has supporters, like financial backers, like sponsors from all over the world. It's like when we first discovered that we had viewers in Paris, and we're like, oh my God, somebody's watching this on the other side of the planet right now. I know, it's so heartwarming. But she also told me, so one of her once she moved to Sandwich, she was able to like really grow the show on the Cape especially. And one of her new underwriters is a really well-regarded mechanic. It's called Canal Auto, C-A-N-A-L. And she, you know, when you find that mechanic who's like, whoever told you you need new tires, you don't need new tires. That person who's like really honest with you,
We love that.
that's Canal. So like Lady Dai is here to give you tips on where to get your tires changed and your
quite the
oil.
endorsement.
Seriously, she was like, these people are straight up, they don't rob you, everything's a fair price. I mean, not that, you know, you have to be careful.
Yeah,
You know?
totally.
So
Yeah.
anyway, please welcome to the show Miss Brittany Rolfes. Brittany, thank you for making some time
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Thank you for being willing to sing at 9 a.m. Every
Happy
time
to
someone
do
comes
it.
in, I'm like, oh, yeah. So tell us a little about yourself. When did you get to P-Town?
I got to P-Town. I actually live in North Truro, basically P-Town. I moved here about a year and a half ago.
Cute.
Yeah.
And you've been performing in town since?
That started over this past summer. I got a job here at the brewery, and I also started singing at Tin Pan Alley and the Post Office Cafe.
You were also in The Witch. Which
I was also in The Witch,
Tell us a little about that. That seemed like the coolest thing. I wasn't able to catch it, but...
Yeah, so The Witch was done by an organization, a company called Campfire Quorum, which is a new theater company run by Megan Nussel. And it is, the mission statement is to produce organic, site-specific theater. So for example, The Witch was set in the forest, quite literally.
That's terrifying.
Where perhaps the pilgrims maybe did wander about all those 400 and something years ago. And the concept was we were Pilgrim women putting on a production because Pilgrim women at the time period could not perform. So this was kind of our time to get away from the men and put on a show and have some fun.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
It was really, really special. Yes.
You had done shows in Harwich before though.
Yes, so I was coming for the past 5 or 6 years, just for the winter. I would do shows in Harwich, and then I would go back to New York or Boston or wherever I was living at the time. And that was kind of the catalyst for me to be here full time.
Came to P-Town and fell in love.
Came to P-Town and fell in love.
With P-Town?
Maybe.
So tell us a little about your shows at Post Office and Tin Pan. When are they? What can we expect from a Brittany show?
Okay, so Tin Pan is Fridays from 8 to 11 p.m. It's super casual. I sit on the piano and just sing and mess with the audience.
Cute.
I have an amazing pianist, musician, Kevin Quill, who's with me, both at Tin Pan and at Post Office. It's very casual. People can drink, have dinner, and I sing for you. Post Office right now is Monday, 7 to 9 p.m.
Cute.
That will soon change to Thursdays.
Okay.
But besides my shows, there's so much live entertainment going on off season, particularly at Post Office and Tin Pan and maybe elsewhere. But please, make sure we're supporting these people, these musicians, these artists in the off season. It's very important.
I love that they moved everything a little earlier because, like,
Exactly. Mama's got to go to bed.
Exactly. Me getting off my couch at 8:45 to go somewhere for 9 is not gonna happen in the off season.
Those shows are going to go through the winter?
They will go through the winter, yeah.
Excellent.
So Post Office is also going to be open year round?
As far as I know, Post Office will stay open at least until the new year, and then if it's still bustling, I believe they will try to stay open all year. Tin Pan is definitely open all year. Yes.
That's like my go-to spot for a bite over the winter because you can always rely on it being open. It's killer. What other projects do you have going on right now?
So besides that, I am directing a new show. It's called Alice, a New Musical, written by a composer, a friend of mine, Andrew Barbado, and Leslie Anderson. It's taking place in Harwich at the Cape Cod Theater Company, Harwich Junior Theater. We have some great Outer Cape talent: Sam Sewell, Halcyon Hurst, Jim Byrne, Robin McLaughlin. So come out and see those Outer Cape folk.
When is it going to happen?
It's going to happen December 10th through January 2nd.
Excellent.
And how are you involved?
I am the director, and I may appear in it. We will see. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. It'll be a surprise.
I love that. Awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down and chatting with us.
Of course.
Thanks for performing in a few minutes for us. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime.
Now we're going to do a little game while Brittany gets set up to perform. So this is our call-in game. It's for your consideration. I'm going to do a monologue this week, and you're going to call in and guess the movie that monologue is from. The number you're going to be calling is 213-400-4896. The first person to guess correctly the name of the movie will win a $25 gift card to the Red Inn, which will open back up at the end of April in 2022. Give the number one more time.
213-400-4896.
Okay, here we go. As soon as you know the movie that this is from, please call in and win that gift card. Okay, here we go. I live in the American Gardens building on West 81st Street on the 11th floor. I'm 27 years old. I believe in taking care of myself and a balanced diet and a rigorous exercise routine. In the morning, if my face is a little puffy, I'll put on an ice pack while doing my stomach crunches. I can do 1,000 now. After I remove the ice pack, I use a deep pore cleanser lotion. In the shower, I use a water-activated gel cleanser, then a honey almond body scrub. Then I apply an herb mint facial mask, which I leave on for 10 minutes while I...
Hello, caller.
Is it American Psycho?
Is it American Psycho?
It
is American Psycho. Who's calling?
Sam Sewell.
Hi, Sam Sewell. Congratulations. You just won yourself a $25 gift card to the Red Inn, which you can redeem next year.
Lovely.
Thanks for watching.
You're welcome. You guys are so cute.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for playing.
Oh, cute.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, I wanted to get to the end.
You can finish it if you want.
Well, the very end when it kind of gets out of his routine. And he said, there is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction. But there's no real me, only an entity, something illusory. And though I can hide my cold glaze and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I am simply not there.
I've met him.
Who? The crazy person?
Yeah, we all know that person.
Yeah, I think I got a message from him on Scruff this week.
Wow. OMG. You guys, we're going to turn things over to Brittany, who's going to serenade us with a gorgeous rendition of...
Being Alive from Company.
Oh my God, I love this show so much.
Take it away.
Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive, being alive. Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell and give me support for being alive. Make me alive. Make me alive. Make me confused. Mock me with praise. Frightened as you to help us survive. Being alive, being alive, being alive.
That was truly incredible and a great way to start our Friday morning. We had Brittany's fan club come and stand behind us.
You guys, we want to thank our sponsors, the Red Inn, Cafe Heaven, ProjectValorSailing.org, the Adam Howard Metal Workshop at 3 Bradford Street, and Be Well Cannabis Dispensary.
Yeah, and thank you all for watching. Thanks for waking up in Provincetown.
Wherever you are, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
All right, turn around now, turn around. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.